Have you ever heard the saying, habits build routine, routine builds structure, and structure helps you to organize your life? And that applies to work too. In this video, I'm going to be taking you through 5 habits that have improved my work life. Hi, I'm Diane, and I work as a pharmacist in critical care. I usually work 12-hour shifts, that's 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I know it sounds like a lot of time, but it's actually pretty easy to lose track of it and end up feeling like I haven't made the most out of my day. So every morning, I start my day with a plan or agenda for the day. So first thing is, which I've shown already, is about planning my day. Sometimes I just call it an agenda for the day. I just try and look at which things can I do today that will make me feel the most fulfilled at the end of the day. Like which things are going to be the most profitable for me today. So sometimes just like 3 things I want to do in the day. And so that's my plan or mini agenda for the day. By focusing on those tasks, I can see that, okay, this is my direction for the day. And if someone wants to give me additional work, I just try and refer to the things I have to do for the day. And if I've already accomplished them, I may take on an additional task. If not, it brings me to the second point, which is I learn to say no. So for context, when I started working, I was very eager to do things and get experience. And it got to a point, people were just giving me tasks that weren't going to be beneficial to me. And after a while, discussing with my peers and colleagues, I realized that it wasn't just me, but sometimes senior staff or like older staff members just try and lighten their load and then they'll give you work, right? I'm not saying reject everything, but try and assess if something is actually going to help you out before you jump to it and say, okay, you're going to do it. So first step is to have an agenda for the day. Second step is to learn to say no, which I am still struggling with, but I've been doing a lot better because of the fact that I have a plan for the day. Now, did I mention I'm here with my iPad, so I have like my notes. Now, the third thing is documenting my work. And documenting your work comes in so many forms. When I started out, one thing I used to do is I have this Google Docs. I actually still have it. So it's like a Word document, but it's in Google Docs. And I just type out, maybe today I did A and B. Like those were the 2 main things I did today. What it helps me to do is it gives me a better assessment of my job description and my role. So if I'm doing other tasks that are not necessarily in my job description, later on, if I want to put something on my CV or point out to the fact that I have done A, B, and C, which are not usual tasks in my ideal role, I have something to refer to. Secondly, people like to take credit for things they have not done. At first, I used to complain about it, but I realized that it's normal everywhere, which shouldn't be the case. But one way you can counteract that is when you do work, say that you did it. If I work on a presentation, I put my name on it. If I prepare a document for something, I put my name on it, because you never really know when it can come in handy and you never know when you need to refer to it. So anytime you do something, document it. Something like sending an email. If you work on something for someone, don't just send it via WhatsApp. Like send an email so that it's all documented somewhere. If you go for a training, ask for a certificate. Like try and gather proof of the things that you are doing. It really helps you to leverage upon it to get other opportunities. So you can say, I did ABCD. As such, I have experience in that area and I qualify for this, or give me these opportunities because I've already been doing this. So documenting your work is so important. I started out by doing that daily, but I got stressful at a point. So sometimes at the end of the week, I just write out what I've been able to do. Also helps you to quantify your impact and really know what you are bringing to the table, what you are bringing to your work table, or why you are important to your workplace. Now, the third thing, I feel like it ties to the second, and it says volunteer with intention. And sometimes volunteering opportunities come up, well, especially because I'm in healthcare, volunteering opportunities come up every now and then. When I started, once there's something to volunteer for, if it was something I had like the slightest interest in, I'll just put my hand up and go and do it. But I realized after a while that not all of those volunteering opportunities were beneficial to me. I could make a whole video on volunteering later on because it's good for things like networking, expanding your circle, just getting well known and recommended and known as helpful at your workplace, but it's not beneficial all the time. So when you say volunteer with intention, just try and assess why you are volunteering for that opportunity. How does it tie with your career goals? How is it benefiting you? So if you can't really think of a clear benefit that volunteering opportunity is bringing to you, I'll say don't do it. Now, the last thing I'm going to say is relationship building. The term networking has been there for a while, but I watched this video and it replaced networking with relationship building. And just by looking at it like that, I feel like it's so much more easier to do, because if you think about like building a relationship with someone, right? You talk to the person, you get to know their interests, stuff like that. And by doing that, eventually, if you happen to need something from them, or if they come across any opportunities, they are going to think about you first. So one of the ways I try and implement this at my workplace is sometimes I just pop by someone else's pharmacy or office and try and speak to them for like 2 minutes, just like a hello, how are you? So that you keep on seeing my face, or just saying hi to people at work. Having like small gatherings, show up. I try and interact with people more at work, because sometimes when there are things happening outside of work, I might not be able to go. But just be very intentional about relationship building at work. That's it for this video. Just going to show the 5 pointers again. In the subsequent weeks, I'm going to be talking about a number of other things. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.